Peace and love. This is the Night Brother Show. We're here at the Juneteenth Festival in Annapolis, right here with Demola.
Yes,
and
what's
this
up?
is my man. He killed the scene, man. If y'all wasn't here, you short. But this brother right here, when I say represent, represented.
Yes,
Indeed,
sir.
man. So it's an honor and pleasure to have you here, brother.
Thank you so much for having me. It means a lot, man. It means a
No
lot.
question, man. So check it. You know, without connection to the plan, to the continent, and you coming here, it's just like a full circle. It's a beautiful thing, especially on Juneteenth, to connect and move forward with this type of sound, man. And I swear, I wish y'all were here, man, so y'all can see it. Look, Demola, you have to check his stuff out on Instagram. Tell them how to get at you real quick, because I need to get at him now.
Okay, cool, everyone. My name is Demola. They call me Demola the Violinist. But on Instagram, you can find me at Demola Violinist. So it's at DEMOLAVIOLINIST, Demola Violinist. On Instagram, that's it.
Just in case.
Just in case.
It's in your
So
face.
Demola and then Violinist. So on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter, on all of your platforms,
Man,
on Fanbase, on everywhere, Demola Violinist.
Please get at this guy, man. Y'all gotta see him. And if you booking somebody, book this cat right here,
Let's
man.
go.
But we're gonna jump into it. So how'd you start playing the violin? What brought you to the violin? Let me ask you.
Actually, right, my brother, he plays the piano, right? Okay. He's a very good pianist, so he wanted me to play the violin. And we used to do a lot of stuff together when we were young, we used to like travel together. Like we're young guys, you know what I'm saying?
Sir.
We used to go to parties together, we used to dance together. So he was playing piano and he got so into piano, and I was like, he was like, I wanted to like just play drums and bass, and he was like, play something more sophisticated. I'm like, no, because I mean we were in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, people don't
keep it
people
moving.
don't.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
he's like, nah. He was like, when he said violin, I'm like, no, that's for white people. I am playing that. You know what I'm saying? And it's for slow songs and all of that. He was like, just play it in church, So we got into an argument, and my mom was like, you know what? To solve this argument, go to church and start playing the violin. So I went to the church. I picked up the violin. I had to teach myself,
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
self-taught?
self-taught.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't even study music. Like, I studied music professionally later, but not. I didn't even go to college to study music. I did something medical entirely,
That's
But I started playing the violin, and then I wanted to play what I could hear on the radio.
Yes.
I was hanging out with my friends, in the hood, and they were like, okay, so this rap
play
song,
this.
and I'm like, I want to play that song. So
Right.
I started doing things that were not cool to do in the church on the violin,
I see what
and
you're
that's how
saying.
we all started. And I was like, you know what? I knew in my head that when I start playing this stuff, I'm gonna play gospel, I'm gonna play R&B, I'm gonna play hip hop, I'm gonna play everything. I was gonna play Afro beats, African music, soukous, makossa, everything, reggae,
I hope y'all hear that.
dance hall, everything.
Everything. Dance hall, reggae, hip hop, R&B. He
You know.
plays it all, and we just heard it all. He rocked
Definitely.
for a while, man, and blessed us, man. So moving along, how'd you transition to becoming a professional?
Yeah, so when I started playing in church, I became really good in no time. I started practicing 9 hours every day.
That'll do
After
it.
a while, because I was trying to, and I was like, I was a teenager, but I was trying to get in college. I'm like, yeah. So I started doing that, and somebody discovered me, which was my friend, my brother's friend, but he became my mentor because he saw me play the violin, and he was like, yo, you can teach yourself all this. How do you do it? And he sat me and talked me into it, and I was like, yo, you're talented, you're gifted. I feel like you got something that the world needs. And I was like, really? I'm just playing this.
Yeah, you having fun.
I'm like, yo, I'm just playing. He's like, no, you got. And he was like, I need you to take this serious. Like, I promise you, you're gonna be really. People are gonna sort after you. You're really gonna be good. And I was like, okay, maybe. And I would look up to him, and I started. So he traveled to give me materials, and I started practicing.
Wow.
And one day, they needed a violinist in the national orchestra in Nigeria.
Wow.
And he brought his friend to come listen to me so that he could recruit me, and I did not know. So his friend came and he said, play. And I picked up the violin and I played a lot of stuff. And his friend was like, wow. I didn't know that his friend was recruiting people for the National Orchestra to perform in different places. And that's how he told me, he was like, yo, bro, you got a job. I'm like, what? He's like, don't worry. In 2 weeks, pack up your bag. You're traveling with us. And that was the first time I left. That was my first performance, first time I left the hood. I left the ghetto.
Wow.
I
So where
I
you
performed. I'm
I
from
mean,
Nigeria.
What part of Nigeria?
I'm actually from. I was born in Lagos.
Okay, you was in the city.
I was born in the city, but yeah, Lagos got a lot of ghettos and a
Oh,
lot
I
of
know.
hoods.
I understand.
You know
That's why I
that.
said where exactly. You know
That's
what I mean?
it. That's it.
Yeah.
So I was born in Lagos, but in Lagos, You know, I was at that point in time. I was in Makoko,
Okay.
Onike, and people who know that side, you know, Iwaya. They know what like, you
Yeah,
know, from
yeah.
that area, you know what I'm talking about. That
It's,
was a
it,
slum, and
it's
that was
the
the
hood,
first
yo.
time. That was the first time I was gonna get out of the hood. And guess what? I played in the capital, and I played for the
Wow.
president of the country at that point in time with the orchestra. That's how my life changed, bro.
Wow.
Since that day, I never looked down on the violin.
But you know what's so funny? If you listen, I hope y'all heard this. He practiced 9 hours a day. An opportunity, if you're not prepared, is only an opportunity to expose yourself for something bad because you didn't do the work. But he did the work. And I mean, if you get anything out of this, if you're an aspiring artist, do the work, man.
Definitely.
Do the work. And it pays off. It pays off because the talent shows, man. But,
This perfectionist, I just like to figure stuff out.
Okay.
Once I like something and I'm not able to get it done, I don't give up.
that's
And
powerful.
so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just practice this because in the church they needed people that could play well in the church.
Yes.
And the church had a lot of spare instruments, but there was nobody that could really play well. The good players were out of the states. They were performing in different
I see
places.
what you're saying.
They, you know, so there was a vacancy in the church, and I was like, yo, I would love to help the church. You know, even if I was stealing the church instrument to go practice at home,
You know what? It was a give and take.
it was a give and take, though.
That's what the church
You know
does.
what I'm saying? So I took the church instrument and I started practicing so that I could teach people who were also learning
Oh,
alongside
wow.
with me.
So you started teaching.
So I started teaching in the church, giving
Wow.
back. And so that's how I became, because I wanted to be able to teach people what they could do. And I was like, I don't know what to teach these people. So I need to be able to play. So I started playing, and over a few, like a month, 2 months, I became good to play like hymns in church.
Wow.
So I wanted to start teaching people in church how to play hymns. So I would practice all the hymns and practice
then
all the
show somebody
and then
else.
show somebody else just to. And that's how I started building, you know, my friend
Yeah.
building orchestra in the church until it got to a point. The church was like,
so how many people were playing with you as far as the strings in the church after you started teaching and you built?
you know, after, you know, people would just come and they were like, not take stuff serious because
see.
it was free, you know.
Right, that's true.
And then at the same time, I was young too, so we're just like having fun with my friends. So only a few of us, I'll talk to like 2 of my friends or 3 of my friends, like, let's take this stuff a little bit serious, let's
Right.
practice. You know, we'll figure out practice. I'll do my personal practice. We'll do like joint practice. We started
Yes.
practicing hymns. You know, I had a string quartet at that point in time. And then we became 4 guys. And then it expanded, it became 6. And then
Wow.
like that, I started teaching more people. You
You
know,
end up having an orchestra, like you said.
yeah, it was like all beginners, but at least we're able to play songs in the church. And,
Right.
and the man was like, "Oh, what happened in 3 months?" He was surprised. Like, he started seeing people playing hymns in church, and then everybody started getting motivated because they've been playing for a long time and they didn't have a teacher, and there was no one to show them the ropes. But I was able to figure out a few things, and I started showing them the ropes. So
That's awesome.
everybody got motivated, and everybody was like, "Oh, where's Demola? Where's Demola? Where's Demola? Where's Demola?" And then that's what happened. And I had spare time because I was trying to get in college, so I had free time with
I
me
see
at
what
that
you
point in
said.
time. So I was just taking all the time to practice, taking all the time while I'll do all of that every day. I did that consistently for 3 months.
Wow. So let me ask you this: what are you working on right now, and what can people look forward to buying from you? Indeed.
Okay, so I have last year I dropped a violin album, a full violin album, all originals.
Awesome.
Yeah,
What was
it's
that called?
it's
We
called
need-
Feelings.
Feelings.
But Feelings with an I, is with a 1, and the 1 means global music because in that album I had like every genre of music in it.
Oh, wow.
I had from classical to jazz to Afrobeats to pop to dancehall to reggae to every mainstream crossover, even to country music.
Yes.
And I did what I call it GMF, Global Music Fusion. I had to fuse all music
love
together.
that.
You know, but before then, I've been releasing what we call cover albums.
Yes.
A couple of the songs I did today on the cover albums, like
Yeah.
"Can We Talk," "Killing Me Softly," you know, a couple of the songs like R&B, hip hop, "Let Me
Yes.
Love You," you know, there are all of them on the album, you know.
I always say
and
you
then
can't miss with a hit.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
Is a hit, and then you
That's
got to
it.
be able to interpret the hit.
You rock.
Rock the hit.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what
it.
I'm saying? And so that's what happened, and I dropped the album. And then this year, I decided to drop because I'm also a singer. I sing
Oh, wow.
Afrobeats.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I sing Afrobeats, I write, I produce. So I dropped my first song.
Okay.
It's called "One in a Million," and
One
that's
in a million.
1 in a million. It's over like it has like over
I'll
all
check that
platforms. One in a
One in a
million is
Million.
available for streaming on all platforms.
Yes.
And just a month ago, close to a month ago, I dropped it's close by 19th of June. It's gonna make it a month. I dropped a video. I dropped a song called Mbappe.
My bad.
Mbappe is an African player. He's the youngest, highest goal scorer in the World Cup.
Okay.
That's for soccer.
Yes.
And in the last World Cup, he was the first person to score a hat trick in the World Cup
Wow.
in final. And so Mbappe is actually a very good player. And he's from Cameroon, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I tagged and I named the song after him. However, it was just like a metaphor, you know, to describe the song. It's called I Shoot My Shot.
Yes.
I shoot my shot like Mbappe.
Got you.
And that's what the time. I just dropped the video. I dropped the video like yesterday, and then the video already has about 150,000 streams already.
Oh, that's incredible.
150,000 views. You know what I'm saying? And so this year I'm gonna be dropping my vocal album,
Awesome.
and it's gonna be a vocal plus violin album, and you need to listen to it. But before you that, just go listen to One in a Million and Mbappe, and then
Yes.
come back to me.
That's
And
right.
when you come back to me, you gotta understand like what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say too much. Go listen to One in a Million.
Go listen to it.
I go
One in a
listen to
million.
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yo, it's fire, bro. I don't want to blow my trumpet,
no,
but
you
yo,
don't have
it's
to.
fire.
That's why I'm here. Everything he rocked over here was like the rat. You understand?
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
I mean, we had the horn. Yes, it's all of that. So please check One in a Million out because he's one in a billion.
Definitely.
And check out Bape because it's Bape.
That's
and you
what's
would be
up.
like, but
And I gotta drop this though.
please.
I'm actually on tour. I'm on
Okay.
tour. And this July 1st, I'm going to be in New York. The name of my tour is a global tour. It's a
Yes.
world tour. I'm actually going to be in Netherlands. I'm going to be in France. I'm going to
So,
be in Germany.
New
I'm
York,
going to be.
when
But I
you-
start with New York. July 1st in New York.
July 1st in New York.
The tickets are almost sold out though.
Hey, well, you might be able to get it.
You might be able to
You
get
might be
it.
one in a million.
We-
You might be able
you
to
know,
get in
but
there.
it's called
So
a-
go get the tickets.
Yeah, it's called One in a Million tour.
One in a million tour.
And I'm
Check
bringing
for
it
this
to
guy.
DMV too.
Yo, you better come back here.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
know I'm
checking
coming.
for you.
Definitely. I'm
No
bringing it to
doubt. I have some
DMV.
food for you. We sit down and eat. Break
Definitely.
bread. And your
break talk.
manager. Because
Definitely.
your manager's a tight dude, man. I'll tell you, it's a tight clique here.
He rocking.
So when y'all get to him, treat him right, man.
I appreciate
this guy,
you.
man, we salute you. We appreciate
I'm gonna
you.
ask you a question, man.
Yes, sir.
So I saw the Knight Brothers show. You want to tell me a little bit more about it?
Sure. I mean, I
The
appreciate
name
that.
Knight Brothers.
Knight. This brother
I
is a
like to tell you
knight,
guys.
and his brother is a knight.
Oh, I see.
I'm just like, the family loves me. So they send me, I'm an honorable knight brother. But what we do really is talk about health.
Oh, I see that.
What to eat, how to eat. We do intermittent fasting.
Oh.
Because look around, in this country, food is terrible. Even though we got a bunch of food, this is the only country that nobody buys fish from America, beef from America, or pork from America. Because the people in charge will allow those producers to do anything to the food. So we try to educate, we entertain, of course, but more importantly, we try to affect people's lives. So many people, you'll look around, they're sugar diabetes, hypertension, and all of these things are curable through the right type of eating, type of thinking, exercise. It's all the food is supposed to be the medicine.
Oh,
but right now, the food is so corrupted that people are all on meds.
Wow.
So our focus, his brother, right here to the right, he lost over 100 pounds.
Wow.
Kept it off. Lost over 100 pounds. We used to call him Big Lenny when we was in the studio all the time. That was Big Lenny, Big L. Yo, now he's Medium Lenny and living, running 5
ML.
miles. You know what I mean? He's a champ. But the thing is, we just want people to bring the champ out of them. Because we got grandchildren, we got nephews, we got nieces. Man, I still outrun my children. I'm 54 years old. But the bottom line is that's the life we want for our parents. And that's the life we want for our aunts, nieces, nephews. So our focus is for people to live better, live fun lives, exciting lives. But you can't be fun. You ain't a whole lot of fun if you sick.
Definitely.
You're
You're right. You're right.
That's the goal, with the Knight Brothers, to help people live longer, have fun, love more, and create a better earth. You know what I mean? No doubt.
Yeah.
Man, look, I appreciate you being on. Yes. Anything you want to leave us with?
Like a word or like what?
Whatever you want to leave us with. I want to make sure.
Hey. So today is Juneteenth, right?
Yes.
And it's all the emancipation and all of that. But one thing I'm so happy about is the unification of black people across the world,
Yes.
especially here in America.
Yes.
You know, black people, Africans, you know, African American, black,
Caribbean,
everyone,
throughout the diaspora.
everyone is trying to dance, but it's just happening now that
Yes.
everyone is the music, the food, everyone is teaming up.
Yes.
And yo, the world needs to watch out. Wow.
Hey, man,
The
watch
world needs to watch out, though.
Because,
Yo, this is
look,
what's happening.
The beautiful part
You
is
know,
that
I love the unification. I love the
Yes.
fact that we can all come together as a people. You know, no disparity, no separation.
correct.
You know, and this is actually what it is. You know,
Yes,
this is actually
indeed.
what it is, and I love that. You know what I'm saying?
I love the love, man.
I appreciate that.
Hey, man, look. Once again, I'm gonna tell you, go buy his stuff. Don't just stream
Buy
it,
my
stream
music.
it, and go buy the music. I mean,
Definitely,
it's
I
so
love that.
tape a CD. Yo, you know what I mean? Even if it's called the LP, whatever. But we gotta rock this, man. Look, I love this king, and I appreciate
Thank you so
him.
much for having
Man,
me.
he
I means
blessed
a lot.
everybody here, man. And it was. I'm gonna tell you this one, and I'm going. I'm going after this, Lenny, definitely. That when you were warming up, we was over here clapping, right? It was a woman over here said, "Is he performing now, or is he gonna perform later?" I said, "I think it sounds incredible, but I think that's just the mic check. That's just the sound check. So you make sure you stay around because he's
I
gonna put
appreciate
it
that.
down."
I appreciate
And I
that.
think that woman is still here.
I appreciate
Straight
that.
up, man. But
Man,
I appreciate
It's
the
a blessing.
blessings,
It's a
man.
blessing, man. Thank
One
you so
love,
much for
man.
having me in your presence, man.
Man, I
It
appreciate
means
you.
a lot. Thank you
Yes.
for interviewing me.
Thank you, King.